Now let's review Section 4, revolvers. The components common to most revolvers are the cylinder release latch. We push that in and we push the cylinder out. The second common component to revolvers is the cylinder that holds the rounds. And the third is the ejector rod that you use to push out the spent cartridges or the unspent cartridges. Now we're going to load this, and we're going to load a revolver one round at a time by taking a round and sliding it into an empty chamber, just like this. And you can rotate the chamber to put the rounds in each chamber. Then we close the chamber, and we now have a loaded firearm, and it's very important to keep this pointed in a safe direction. Once a revolver is cocked, you cannot unload it until you pull the trigger. So it's very important that you learn how to uncock a revolver safely. And the way to do that safely is put your strong thumb on the hammer. Put your weak thumb in front of the hammer, and then you pull the trigger. Once you pull the trigger and feel the hammer release, you take your finger off the trigger and you slowly move your thumb out of the way while lowering the hammer. Now, the hammer's dropped. You push in on the cylinder release latch, push out on the cylinder, and eject your rounds. You now have a safe revolver. Single action revolvers are a breed amongst themselves, and each one of them can be different, so it's very important that you pay attention to your owner's manual. On this particular single action, in order to load it, we have to open this loading gate. We open the loading gate by pushing it out, and that gives us access to the cylinder, which gives us access to the chambers. We will take our rounds and we'll put them one at a time into the chamber. We'll rotate the cylinder, put another round into another chamber, rotate the cylinder, put another round into another chamber, and we'll keep doing that until we've loaded as many rounds as we want to. We will then close the loading gate, and we now have a loaded firearm. Once again, very important to keep it pointed in a safe direction. We're going to have to do the same thing we did with a revolver. To decock it and make it safe, we're going to have to put our strong hand thumb on the hammer and our weak hand thumb in front of it. We're going to pull the trigger until we feel the hammer release, then take our trigger finger off and put it alongside the frame. Then we're going to rotate this thumb out and let the hammer go down. We're going to unload the loading gate, and then we're going to rotate the cylinders until we see a round, and then we're going to push the ejector rod until the round comes out. We're going to rotate it, push the round out, rotate it, push the round out, rotate it, and now there are no rounds left. Once we have all the rounds out on a single action, we're going to leave the loading gate open and we're going to lay it down, and that is what an unloaded, safe, single action revolver looks like.